We're live?
We are, in fact, live. Well,
Yes.
you are live.
I'm live.
You want to just roll in there, Rob?
I forgot how the show starts. Hey, what's up? I'm Ron. Went hunting this weekend. It was real hot out there.
Until you got some sun.
Yeah, my hip hurts. But you guys have to turn the lights. I'm way too dark for it not to, that other light not to be on.
No, you look perfect. Look at you.
I'm pretty sure that now I'm way too dark. I got to smile though the whole show if we got to see me. So,
Oh my God.
Baldface Radio.
Bernie, you have got to log into the show.
Yeah, welcome to Baldface Radio.
Yeah, exactly.
This is from the Hash Radio Show. We have a guest tonight, our good friend Eric Reed. Usually you guys see him in the comments, but tonight you get to see him on camera sitting next to us.
Yeah. I want to say happy belated Veterans Day, everybody, and birthday.
Absolutely, thank you very
Yeah.
much.
You're a super veteran, born on Veterans Day.
Yeah, I think so.
That's all.
It's a good day for me. I have
That
a lot
is.
of fun. I bet so. And Rob is here. He's just hiding.
Oh.
Well, there he is. Well, I saw a shiny guy. They saw a shiny guy. I saw all of you.
What do you call it? What'd you do for Veterans Day?
Veterans Day, I flew to Denver. Went to my favorite bar, the one that you hate.
Oh my God.
Got really drunk off 3 shots because it's yeah, that mile high, no joke. So yeah, they went home and that was pretty much my whole Veterans Day.
Really?
I went out for the Marine Corps birthday on Thursday though.
You did?
Yep.
Or-
No, I'm not a Marine.
No. Are you spending time in the Marine?
Yeah, I have friends who are Marines.
Okay.
So yeah, went out, partied up for the Marine Corps birthday. That was a fun time.
So how was Challengers?
Challengers is always awesome.
No, it's not,
It is.
man.
It's my favorite dive bar.
So the
If
first
you
time,
haven't been to Challengers, I love Peoria, Aurora. Go in there, have a great time.
have you ever been?
No.
So the first time we went, I think we were after like some military ball or
Yeah, it was
something
after
like that.
our Denver Bowl.
Yeah, so we were like all dressed blues. Wives were in ball gowns, looking good.
Yeah.
It was a great time. We walked in, their toilets were broken. So the whole place smelled like somebody took a shit on the bar and left it there. And my wife's like, she keeps leaning over to me. She's like, why the fuck are we here and what are we doing? And I'm like, it's Reed's place, man. He loves this place. And Bernie was with us too, wasn't he? It was like you.
I think Bernie stopped in, but he didn't stay very long.
It wasn't King. I know it wasn't King. We
I know
don't
it was King.
Smith? It had to be Smith.
It might have been.
Whatever, man. But
Yeah.
yeah, the place, first of all, it's a fucking hole. It's a dump. It's just a flat. And if you're looking to get shanked, that is the place to go.
Okay.
They've only had a few stabbings, more shootings than stabbings. But
Oh, well.
if you're gonna go strapped.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everywhere. So
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, totally get it. What do you call it? You listen to the show very regularly. You're on every single Monday night. You're one of the most loyal listeners we have. How has the transition gone from being in the Army to now being a civilian? Show people your hair, man, because you are
the
all
civilian hair.
Yeah, you are all civilian, baby.
Let's pull this out. Got the hair, the beard. The transition is rough at first. You lose all that support system. I had no clue how to go see a doctor. Yeah, I can't just walk in a sick call anymore. I had to make my own appointments. I had co-pays. It was weird. But been out for a few months, so the transition it's going. Transition to the civilian world now, and getting into corporate life and realizing that you can't say the same things to your coworkers that you can in the Army. So
That is true. Also, they don't get you.
no.
Some of the questions you get are so. I have one guy I work with. Every time I talk to him, he works in Chicago. Every time I talk to him, dude, what's your favorite gun? Motherfucker, I don't know. The black one that goes bang. I don't. But that is his. Every time we talk, he's like, I'm thinking about getting a 38.
Yeah.
Why, you like shooting people twice? What's your deal, man? Just go get a 45 and call it good. What is your deal? But yeah. What do you call it?
You know which one I get all the time?
Craig Stackowitz, seen any good CBS segments lately? Stack, we're blocking you and we're deleting you. That's awesome.
I wouldn't even call that a good one.
Yeah. Get a couch cover for Reed. Contrast is needed.
Right? I told you, turn on the light.
I don't have a plug for it, or I would. I wonder if I can move this one around so that gives you a little more light. Let's see how we can do here. I think it's up as high as it goes too. We'll find out. I'm gonna blind you in a
That's what
second.
you said.
No, that's
That's high as it goes. All right.
that's as much as I got.
So you know what I always get asked? My nephew's in the army. Do you know him?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're
I'm
not
like,
funny.
oh yeah, because there's only 10 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're
Oh, his name's Smith.
you're stationed.
Oh, yeah. I know.
You're stationed in Alaska. Do you know Bob? Yeah, I know Bob. Everybody knows Bob. How do you not know Bob? That's awesome.
Bob and Carl.
Have you ever heard? Hang on. Yeah. Have you ever heard the story of like Roz and them and how like Roz used to bring coffee into the office when we were working together?
I do know that story actually.
You tell this story every time I'm here.
Do I?
Yep.
All right. Well,
About how I beat you up in the office? Yeah.
that's
tell
not the way I remember that story.
That's what I remember. That's what we're going to tell. I'm on
That's
camera. You're not.
Which is funny because I tell it the exact opposite way, so that's awesome. Are you gonna get back into jiu-jitsu at all?
I am. I'm gonna start getting back into jiu-jitsu. I had a whole lot of life changes. Only not being in the military.
Obviously.
You know, got divorced also, and so
Congratulations.
Yeah. The most common
Figure-
statement.
figuring out
Do
you
you know
know how
why-
life is. So
Do you know why divorces are so expensive?
no, why?
Because they're worth it.
All right, then. Mine actually wasn't expensive, so you know.
Good.
Junior says I'm here. One
You
in-
sure you're at the right house?
Yeah, he's been here a bunch of times.
So this is the super secret location. It took me another 25 minutes to even find the road down to this location.
There's a reason we
Like,
call
even
it a
if you-
secret
Yeah,
location.
even if you got GPS, you still ain't finding this place.
Oh no, GPS doesn't bring you here.
No,
You
doesn't.
have to have like a 10-digit grid.
Yep, I'm driving down tank trails and low water crossings and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Are you in the truck or you flew up here, so you got a rental?
Yeah, no, I have my mom's car.
You-
Yeah.
She's not gonna be happy when we bring that.
I'm driving the old lady car right now. So
That's awesome. Well, she's not gonna be happy when you. So tonight we have Warriors for Whiskey or Whiskey for Warriors on. They'll be on in about 8 minutes.
Do
or
they
so.
send samples?
They did not send samples.
Uh,
Which by the way, yes, your coffee is over there. We're gonna take a picture of that.
All
So hey, so a couple things. First of all, congratulations, Seth. You are now the newest ambassador for Thigh Hugger Shorts.
I'm not, but I'm in pants.
Congratulations. Hey, folks, if you go to Thigh Huggers and use the code AboutFace, you will get a nice little discount. Smile and wave and take pictures with it and send it to Seth. He likes that shit. Juliana Atencio. We got a lot of people watching.
Yeah.
Jeff Sinnemeister is on. Jeff, we're still gonna work on your commercial. What do you call it? What else? Next week, we have on a company called Badass Beauties. And you've heard me talk about this before. She is a retired Marine who makes makeup and ships it in MRE packages. And all of the colors are contents of MREs. So like purple is grape jelly, yellow is scrambled eggs, all that shit. So yeah, I think it's
Are
kind
you
of
getting
cool.
samples of that? You gonna put it on?
So we will have guest hosts for the show.
Okay.
Seth and I will be here, but there will be guest hosts for the show.
And they're new to radio.
they're new.
So we came up with a plan to help them out.
Okay.
We're gonna give them some comment cards and question cards to help out, so they don't get nervous and freeze up and not know what to say.
We're gonna totally fuck with them, dude.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Ask her what her favorite position is.
That's why do you like it Fromby so much? Is it so you don't have to make eye contact? We do not have Allie tonight. Allie is on vacation.
Allie doesn't get to take vacations.
Not on Mondays.
I know.
But she is.
She actually told me that she might try and log in, depending on the Wi-Fi in Aruba.
Oh,
But every
Aruba.
morning she would be drunk.
yeah.
And I said, "What's new?"
Yeah,
She's
I'm
like,
like,
yeah. She
Aruba's
goes,
great. I was there
I've never been
last Christmas. It was amazing. Amazing place. Go. It's only like 16 miles long. You can go do the
Aruba
whole.
is?
Yep. You can do the whole island in a weekend, but it's worth it.
yeah, she's like, hey, if I come on the show, I might be in a bikini top. And I'm like, hey, I will if you will. I mean, let's
Yeah.
make this happen.
We'll get more viewers that
Yeah.
way. You and I.
Nathan Hucker says hello. Shit on the bar is a dive bar for sure.
The shit wasn't on the bar.
It
It was
just
back
smelled
up.
like
yeah,
it
it just smelled like they had some pipes that were just it wasn't the greatest situation. Hey, I still love it though.
Challengers?
Oh yeah.
So tell me about this Lions Not Sheep thing. Obviously you got a new package in the mail today.
I did. No, it came yesterday.
Okay.
So,
So
no, it's Sean Whalen's company. I like his stuff a lot.
do I know Sean Whalen? Is that a local or something?
No, he speaks a lot. Has some books out and writes this line. It's Lions Not Sheep.
Oh, I haven't read it. I'll have to look him up.
Oh my God, I can't believe you don't know about him.
No, I mean I'm in a chat, but I didn't know there was a book, so I'll have to look up the book.
I'm glad it's lions, not sheep, and not sheepdog. I got tired of seeing sheepdog
Right.
everywhere.
I feel like it got wore out.
I did.
So,
Stack says take the Lysol can with you into Challengers.
They fixed it, Stack. Come on. It's been years.
But other than birthday stuff, did you do anything fun on Veterans Day? Did you roll? How was the open mat?
dude, we had an open mat at the academy. Let's see here. Went to the boxing gym with the wife.
Yeah. Get a lot of people for open mat. Was it a good time?
Yeah, we probably had 25, I want to say.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we had a very, very full mat.
Good. Glad to hear it.
Cannon, our executive producer,
Yes.
his school puts on a Veterans Day parade. So that's really cool. We went to that.
Yeah. I was in Gunnison falling off of a mountain.
Yeah, tell us that story.
What's the tell, man? Dude, come on, you know how I am. It looked like a John Candy scene or something like that, or fucking Chris Farley tumbling down the mountain. In what was that movie where he's falling down the mountain with the Black Sheep?
How far did you fall?
Oh, probably an inch or two, but yeah, enough to wreck me. So yeah. But
Good old ER trip.
I'm not sure where Junior is. He was walking in through the front door, and now he's not.
I told you he's at the wrong house.
Yeah, well, he's been here before. Well, I'm gonna bring on the guest,
All right.
Tom McClendon with Warriors and Whiskey, and I'm gonna let you guys figure. Hey, it's good to see you again, bud. And I'm gonna
you too, bro. Sounds like you guys are having a good time.
Oh, we are. How are you tonight, Tom?
I'm fantastic, man. Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Put his head in the hole.
So, tell us about you a little bit.
Yeah, so I met Rob a while back. I'm a founding member of Warriors and Whiskey, and so that's just an organization that really emphasizes veteran camaraderie. We bring veterans together, and we do that over whiskey. And
Great way to do it.
what's that?
That's a great way to do it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the military and whiskey has a very long and storied past, right? So, as soon as we introduced the Veterans Whiskey Club, man, veterans are jumping on it like hotcakes. So we've really had a good time. In fact, that's how I spent my my Veterans Day. We went to Colorado. My brother and I went to Colorado and spent some time with some veterans there. Mike Root at Copper Sky Distillery, and just had a good time.
Nice.
That sounds good. So, what was your military background?
Oh, I'm Navy, retired Navy after 24 years, flew P3s. Came in way back in 1991 before most of you guys were born.
I was born then.
I don't know how many of you guys we can actually fit in the stream, but we're gonna sure try it.
Can you hear me?
No, can you hear me?
What's going on, gents?
You driving, Milo?
Well, I can tell you one thing. I can hear myself, but I can't hear any of you.
Perfect.
Oh, we hear you perfectly, Steve. So just keep talking. Yeah, I'm driving. Bring my little girl back from gymnastics. I should be back.
All right.
Actually, I'll probably be driving no time.
Milo, I'm going to drop you. Steven, I'm going to leave you in. And Tom, I'm going to leave you in.
Perfect.
All right. So, sorry I missed the first part. I went to go find my kid. So, Warriors and Whiskey, we've had you guys on the show before. Done nothing but good stuff. Steven, you are the Colorado representative for Warriors and Whiskey, right?
Yep, I'm here in Colorado, live in Arvada. I've been out here since '91 when I got out of the Navy.
So tell us about being an ambassador for Warriors and Whiskey.
Yeah, the excitement and the thing that I see in it is, like you said, but like in our big mantras with the camaraderie and creating an environment, with what we're gonna, have in the future of actually, places where we can gather and bring those people together, for the things that they missed, and they yearned for when they were in. We've had like several cases already where even whether it be a spouse or a significant other, has reached out and said like, well, until my partner got engaged in this, they were really, just kind of set in and reserved and things like that. So those are just some of the stories that, excite us, and, just when we talk with the new people that come in there, the feedback that we get from them is really all along the same, to where we're creating an environment, where they have that camaraderie and just, even the trash talking, the inter-service, the fun and everything like that. Just another environment for them. And it connects and builds a lot of relationships, from there, from all the different things that people do in the community and the resources that all of us have available to them to share that with them.
Yeah, Rob, as you know, 99 out of 100 of us will tell you straight up. The thing that veterans missed the most after they separate from the service is that brotherhood and that sisterhood, that camaraderie that we shared. And quite honestly, oftentimes, particularly with combat veterans, you really can't talk to your spouses or family members about it very much because they don't understand. They haven't been there. And that's really what our mission is with Warriors and Whiskey, is to bring those veterans together and have that camaraderie, rebuild it, foster that camaraderie, and give them a place, an outlet where we can actually talk about our times and our experiences overseas and, inland. And so that's what Warriors and Whiskey is about. And we started with the Veterans Whiskey Club, and it's an online club. It's pretty unique in that most whiskey clubs, if you guys have ever been a part of a whiskey clubs are regional by nature. They'll have a city whiskey club, but we're not like that. We're national. In fact, we're international. We've got members in 9 different countries. We're pretty happy about that. But with everyone spread out over the U.S., the Veterans Whiskey Club was really mostly an online presence. So a lot of social media stuff, which was fantastic. But after COVID was over, we recognized, what we really want to reach our mission is actually get people together one-on-one. And that's where Stephen comes in. We created that ambassadorship program. And so now we're growing chapters of Warriors and Whiskey around the U.S. And Stephen has done a phenomenal job at growing our chapter there in Colorado. He's got a lot of members that are coming on a regular basis to a whiskey meetup, and they just laugh, cut up, talk about their experiences in the military, and have a good time. And in fact, Stephen's done so well. He is our lead ambassador for the whole U.S.
Wow. So my evil twin here, Eric Reed, is Mormon, so he doesn't drink. So is he able to still attend Warriors and Whiskey events? Yeah,
absolutely. Because like I said, the mission is to get veterans together. We happen to be doing it over whiskey, but it could have been anything, right? And like our partner Milo used to say, it could have been kayaking or mountain climbing. We loved whiskey, so we decided to wrap it around whiskey. But the mission is to get veterans together. If he doesn't drink, fair enough. He doesn't have to. Come join us, and he can join the group, and we can talk about our experiences overseas together.
Seth wanted to know where some of the Colorado meetups are, Stephen.
So on a regular basis, we usually routinely will go to Copper Sky. Down south is either Cork and Cask, 1350, 300 days. We've partnered with a lot of, the immediately veteran-owned distilleries that are here in the state, and the ones that are veteran supporting. Like we did a pick with Penn Mountain. Working on a couple new projects here in the future, to where a couple bars that have some really neat little speakeasy facilities within them. We're going to start bringing brand ambassadors in to do like paid nights where you pay a ticket price, and you're going to get a tasting of 4 or 5 samples and then some food on the side. So I've been working with a couple establishments, and that's what we're going to work on in the next year. Like I says, if you're not aware of it, they have over 110 distilleries here in the state. So it's hard to get to all of them, but in due time we will. And like I said, we also focus on some of the higher end, whiskey establishment, whether it be the Walnut Room or the Cork and Cask in the Springs, or what we do is I go out and engage in conversations with the proprietors and the managers of these locations, and basically negotiate or basically create a discount that they'll give to us for our coin carrying members, our members. Tom might have a coin there handy. We have a challenge coin that we carry, which is
You're on the spot, man.
it's a neat piece of art, and we actually that's kind of like your your proof of the club type thing. And but those are the ones that we have gone to on a routine basis. And Molly Brown is owned by one of the owners there is an Army veteran. So that's what I focused on in the beginning, to create that foundation relationship with those veteran owned and the ones that are very focused on supporting the veteran community.
Yeah, Rob, the best way to actually, for our members or anyone that's interested in knowing where those events are, the best way, honestly, is to go to warriorsandwhiskey.com and sign up for our newsletter. So twice a week, we send out emails, and of course, it's free. There's no dues or anything like that for it. But the emails will have a list of events that are taking place, and that'll be on there.
Very cool. I assume you guys are all on socials too, yeah?
Oh yeah, we're on Instagram, TikTok, you name it, Twitter.
TikTok. I want to see some of them dances and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason's pretty good at that. Our partner Jason, he's not afraid. He's one of those teenage wannabe influencers.
Well, if we get enough whiskey and Rob, I'm gonna have him do a dance.
Oh man, I'm not sure that'd be good for the show.
He might. I think he's going to need some after that hunting trip.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
I'm an amazing dancer, thank you.
Oh yeah, let's see some, man.
What's that mean? Junior, you see me dance. I dance like a champ, don't I?
Dance like a drunk monkey.
You got to drink on those moves, dude.
Yeah.
I am a drunk monkey. Whatever, bitch.
Yeah, like the other piece of what we work on is there's actually like a philanthropy side of what we do, and a couple of things that they've done in Florida, both with the Canine for Warriors and the Clara White Mission Home, and what we've done here for Houses for Warriors, and growing that across the nation, finding other not veteran supporting nonprofits or law enforcement supporting nonprofits, to where we can do things where, like with a barrel pick, part of the proceeds can go to that, things like that, and basically also giving back, to the veteran community that way. And Jason or Tom can share some of the bigger stuff, talking about like, scholarships for trips, and I'll pass it over to him. He's got eyes and plans for that.
Yeah, we've got, so you guys know we are a for-profit currently. We're working on a nonprofit. We should have that up and going next year, and that'll be the Warriors and Whiskey Foundation. And so we've got big plans to give back in a big way to the veteran community. Everything that we do, every type of income that we have, a portion of that always goes back to a veteran charity. But yeah, Rob, you've met Andrew Canales, haven't you?
Oh yeah, we're trying his thing on Friday night.
Super good dude. Yeah, we met him. He's his organization's fantastic, growing like a weed. He's really like something special. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, we support him. We support Canines for Warriors down in Florida, Clara White Mission also, and it's all about veterans, getting veterans off the streets and giving them a place to live, and sending them through a syllabus to to be self-sufficient. So we really back those guys. Next year, we should have our nonprofit up and going, and a part of that is going to be having a travel arm where in the future we're going to have scholarships for qualified combat veterans, and we'll send them to Scotland and Ireland, Canada, Japan, you name it, to go on whiskey trail tours.
Oh, I'm gonna sign up.
Sounds like you're going to Japan, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how great the whiskey is in Japan, but can I go to Scotland? That'd be great.
Japanese whiskey is rocking. If you like whiskey, Japanese whiskey is pretty darn good.
It's
Sake.
pretty fantastic. Yeah.
I've never had Japanese whiskey though, so
It's
definitely
pretty
turned
good.
me on to that.
So our president of our organization, About Face Radio, runs an organization called the Veterans Whiskey Society. And about this time last year, he brought in Aaron from Smoke Wagon to an event, and man, it was banging. And he raised a shit ton of money and did a great thing for all kinds of different veteran charities. So if you guys have not already connected with the Veterans Whiskey Society, you absolutely should. I think you guys would be an excellent fit together.
Yeah.
We'll look him
I've
up.
actually started some dialogue with him via Messenger and things like that, and shared some emails. So I've connected with him, both on a business and a social level.
And that's why you're our lead ambassador.
Yeah.
You're on top of it, brother.
Somebody's earning their paycheck. I like it. What else? Come on, Junior. What you got for him?
Are you even old enough to drink?
Yes.
Finally.
Finally.
Have you ever had whiskey?
Age 21? No.
That's awesome.
Well, you hang around veterans long enough, you'll be a seasoned whiskey drinker.
Well, so what events have you got coming up? So I know we got this coming Friday night. We got the 1940s ball with Houses for Warriors to support them. Andrew, we love you. What other events have you guys got coming up around the nation so that our listeners can participate and help?
So interestingly, we just had like 3 this past week, but the only one right now we have on the calendar is on December the 18th. That's this Sunday, and that's going to be I'm reading this off the thing. Oh, that's going to be the Hudson Valley Distillery. We've actually partnered up with the Veteran Sportsman Association. Have you guys heard of those guys?
Oh, yeah.
Super good folks, yeah. And so they wanted to put on a fundraising event in there in New York, and so we're going to be sort of partnered up with them this weekend. So,
And I don't have the calendar in front of me, but I believe the second Saturday in January is where we're going to do our new platform, where Chris Odie used to be the brand ambassador for Deerhammer here in Colorado, and he's very well networked throughout the distillery world here in Colorado. And he's got a new venue up on 100th and Wadsworth in Westminster, and he's got a speakeasy. It's a really cool place. Like I said, you can kind of walk through like a cooler door. You think you're going in the cooler where all the the produce and the meat and everything's kept, and it looks like you walk in like this little tiny library, and around the corner that it opens up for this room of like 40, 50 people can be in there. And he's going to work on a thing where he's going to get like Rocker, get about 3 or 4 of his friends to chip in some bottles, and then have his the mixologists that are at those places venues do like a virtual cocktail, and we'll have learn a cocktail night. So where you'll pay like $25 or $30 for the ticket, and then you'll be learning how to make one of the cocktails from each of the establishments, whether it be Golden Moon or Rocker or the 3 or 4 that we pick. And then he's got a great kitchen there where he'll throw in some type of plated dish, like whether it be enchilada or taco or so on and so forth. So that's I'll get that posted out. I don't have the calendar in front of me. I believe it's whatever the second Saturday is in January.
Yeah. So Rob, being a part of the Veterans Whiskey Club is absolutely free. There's no dues. You just go to the website, go to the Facebook website for Veterans Whiskey Club, sign up, and then on there, on the events section, you'll see all of the events too. So that's another way. They pop up all the time. We try to give everyone at least a month kind of lead time so they can prepare for the event, but sometimes we don't. It's kind of ad hoc, and that's part of the beauty of it. Sometimes we have it in bars, distilleries. Sometimes it's in somebody's garage. Just bring a bottle and set it down, and before you know it, you got 20 dudes that show up with 20 different bottles, and you're sipping all of them. It's pretty cool.
Now, with all your events, do you guys have a way to like live stream them? Like I could join if I was in a different country or a different state and I wanted to learn how to make a cocktail, but I'm not going to be in Colorado that weekend. Is there a way that join through a live stream and I can pick up my own whiskey and learn how to make it?
Yeah, we've never done a virtual event, oddly enough. I mean, even with all the COVID stuff, we haven't done one, but that's something that we definitely probably should look into so people can dial in and kind of participate virtually. But
Good idea.
Yeah.
Black magic with the good ideas.
That's all I have is good ideas.
Well, you're out, right?
That's my one good idea.
All right. Well, we're about up on time, so I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes. 2 minutes to shine. anything we skipped over, anything we didn't ask you that you want to talk about, it's your 2 minutes. Tell us anything and everything.
Steven, go for it, bro.
I can say the big thing and what I really relate to, like I said, I served from 82 to 91. And like when I went in, a lot of the guys that were, went in for Vietnam, they were the lifers that did their 20 or 25. And, I trained with them. I learned from them. And then it was like really nothing that went on for, from, until 91, till we had our first march into, through Kuwait into Iraq. And then, after that, 2001, the biggest other thing that we really found is that we talk about the newer, younger warrior doesn't relate to the older other generation before, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we're all cut from sign of the same cloth, but there is the generational gap. And I believe what we found here, and I know for sure, we do have some of the other folks that, like Tom just met SEAL Team 1 guy that graduated class of 42 from 1967 here in Colorado, to a guy that, we have these guys that just got out, a year or two ago. And that's where we are, is like creating that new environment and that new platform, for all those guys to get together. And I know for sure that's what we found, and that's what excites me about the environment and the platform that we have.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is for everyone. And we're opening the doors to all veterans. We're opening the door to everyone, actually. So Warriors and Whiskey, we have 2 different whiskey clubs. One is specifically for veterans, and that's the Veterans Whiskey Club. We also have Warriors and Whiskey Club, which is open to anyone that, loves military, supporters, all that, spouses, you name it. So they can join that as well. And we have meetups with that group as well. One of the cool, exciting things that we have coming up in the very, very near future is our own whiskey. So we're finally getting our own whiskey. We're getting that hopefully at the very beginning of next year. And then by the end of next year, we're breaking ground on a new distillery down in Jacksonville, Florida. And the cool thing about that is not only are we going to have our own distillery, but that's going to serve as a meetup location, a meetup spot for the clubs. So they can come by and, we'll have a special place for them to actually kind of hang out in the back if they're veterans and that sort of thing. So we're super excited about that.
Very cool.
Very cool. Like to hear it. Hey, Tristan King, I don't know if you guys can see the comments on Facebook. Tristan King says, I would love to connect with you guys too. So one last time before I kick you guys to the curb, Milo, tell us how folks can get in touch with you guys with Warriors and Whiskey.
Yeah, sure. It's pretty easy. So you can send an email to warriorsandwhiskey@gmail.com if you want to get us specifically. Or you can reach out to us at www.warriorsandwhiskey.com. It's got our website on there. It's got our store, contact information. Of course, we're on Facebook, either Warriors and Whiskey or Warriors Whiskey Club, Veterans Whiskey Club. You can reach us, and also you can reach out to Instagram pretty easy as well. Like I said, if you want to watch Jason do a few of those weird dances Tom was talking about, go ahead and look up on TikTok. I think we have a couple of drunk videos on there too, so we're got on there. But yeah, definitely reach out to us. We'd love partnering up, especially with other federal organizations. It only helps everybody out. It's amazing how small this community gets once you start reaching out to everybody. So yeah. Hit us up. Reach out to us.
So I don't know if you know, but One Shot is a huge TikToker. He does a lot of. But what do they call you? The thirst trap? Is that right?
Yeah.
Hey, folks! Thanks a lot for being a part of the show. We're gonna take a quick 5-minute break, so everybody can go pet a puppy and things like that, which is not code for anything.
I'm gonna have some whiskey.
Yeah, and we're gonna go have some whiskey and things like that. So yeah, hey, thanks a lot for being a part of From the Ashes Radio, and we'll see you guys on the other side.
Cheers.
Thanks, Jen.
All right, so let's do this, and then we'll do this.
You're finally back at her place for a little brown chicken brown cow when you get hit with love potion number 2.
Are you okay?
You skipped the loo before that keister kangaroo jumps out of its pouch. Now, what do you do?
Hurry up, come on. Come on, I'm on a date. This isn't happening right now.
You let that badonka-donk honka-honk and strike a match in the hopes you won't strike out. But alas, your chance of date number 2 just went up in flames.
Are you okay?
What happens when you flip a car with the roll cage held together by duct tape? That was a dummy. I'd never get in that car. It's held together by duct tape. But what if you use tape as strong as steel? Manliness. Strong as steel. Here's the thing. You're manly. Your shovels break. Your pipes leak. Your muffler falls off. 'Cause a manly man will not be muffled. So you need a manly solution for those manly problems. Duct tape is temporary and only gets you so far. It keeps the pieces together without actually making things work again. Like my birth did with my parents' marriage. The hardware store may have new shovels and fresh pipes, but a manly man doesn't want to spend his Saturday at a store. Unless store is a code word for a big screen TV that feeds you nachos while you fart. You could call a handyman or a plumber, but they charge you for a consultation, plus the price of any new parts, plus labor, plus your dignity, and your wife, depending on how sexy your plumber is. Well, now there's a manly solution for your manly problems. FiberFix. FiberFix is a special tape that's strong as steel. That's not an expression, it's literally as strong as steel. I'm not prone to hyperbole. FiberFix can be used anywhere. Got a busted pipe? FiberFix it. But only if you want that pipe to function properly for the rest of your mother-loving life, boy, because FiberFix is strong, permanent, and 100% watertight. Repairs like that can cost hundreds of dollars. Fix it yourself with FiberFix and spend the rest of the savings on...
Hi, we're back. Hey!
Great intro.
Right?
So for those that don't know, this is Junior, and of course, obviously, all of you know Black Magic, one of our favorite occasional co-host DJs.
I hope you all know me.
So I heard you guys are starting your own motorcycle gang.
If they're clubs, we're motorcycle enthusiasts.
What
So-
did you say it was called? Ebony and Ivory?
Exactly. I was trying to do the Black Cox, but it didn't work.
I've done this for 21 years. The first time I've seen him, second time I've seen him speechless.
So tell me how the engagement went.
Went good. She thought she could sniff it out. Never, which was the better part. Lied to her, saying I was going to wait till she was done with college.
Oh, good job.
No.
You started off by lying. Good job.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Yeah.
It's got me through several marriages. Shut up.
But it was good. It was nice to see, bring her whole family out there and see her happy.
That was really cool. I did see the pictures. Looked like a great time.
Yeah, never get the money back, but
That's good.
Don't get married for money, guy.
the money I spent.
So this is both of you. This is your first time at the super secret location.
Right?
We have puppies, we
Yes.
have rowers, and we have small computer screens. So other than that,
Yeah.
it's like perfect.
Yeah, just like everything else.
Yeah.
We're good.
Of course you can. Absolutely you can.
So before you hurt yourself, did you shoot anything?
No.
No. Himself in the foot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I made a lot of friends. Everybody was wearing orange, was up there together. So yeah, there was shit tons of hunters up there. It was crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, well, kinda. Yeah, you know.
I'm glad you didn't have to call it search and rescue. Because that's a lot of man to pull off a mountain.
So I have a good friend a guy I used to work with as a paramedic at another agency that is now a paramedic there. And he is the only reason that I didn't consider calling 911 because I'm like, I will never hear the end of it if this dude has to carry me off the mountain. It will be a lifelong burden that I will carry. And I will drag myself to the truck, fingernails before I'll do that.
So now we got one shot, we got one hit.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
One shot, one hit. Welcome to From the Ashes Radio.
Yeah.
Stairs the next day.
What's that?
How's that?
Yeah, it's very slow sideways.
I'm sorry you got up the stairs.
It was tough.
That's a lot of man to move
yes,
on one
it
leg.
is.
It was about 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah. I got a team of sled dogs. They pulled me up the stairs. It worked out perfectly.
That's
So, yeah, it worked out. Gunnison almost killed Kurt, too. Yes, I am very aware. That's exactly who I was thinking of as I was laying in the snow thinking about dying there, Stack.
Apparently, we stay away from Gunnison.
So, well, there's more to this story. Our friend, we were in Kansas training I want to say Florida National Guard or something like that. I don't remember.
I guess we were in Kansas.
And we got and Homeboy we got a 4-day pass. So Homeboy left Kansas and went to 10,000 feet in Gunnison. And like your face says it all right there.
Yeah.
Like, damn, son.
That's how you died.
Exactly right. They found his carcass rolling down the mountain and dragged his ass into the ER because he was as close to death as you, with his dog sitting next to him, all happy as a clam. Yeah. So Kurt, we love you.
Cool. All right. Good job, Kurt. Don't do that again. I
All right.
recommend it.
So let's bring in our new friend from O'Connell West Law, Trin.
O'Connell West Law.
Yeah, because I want to. Apparently, she's got a great story. I've been dying to hear it. Trin, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. It's cold in Texas all of a sudden.
Cold in Texas? Come
On,
on, man.
It is. It's like 40 degrees. It's cold.
Whatever, man.
Well,
Trin,
you
so-
know, I
Trin,
want
this is
to say-
Junior and this is Black Magic. These are both guest hosts right now. So,
and I want to go motorcycle riding with you all.
well, you can be a part of the gang if you want.
Well, I ride an Indian Scout 60.
All right. Well, come ride with me sometime. I'm in Killeen.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I will do that. I traded in my Harley for this Indian and I just love
Never
it.
mind. You traded in a Harley. You can't come ride with me. If it was
Well,
like the Indian in your
no.
first bike and now you didn't know better, then I'm like, all right, cool. I'll teach you the
Oh,
ways.
I rode a Sportster all the way from Seattle to Sturgis, and that was not a fun ride. I had to lower it because I'm short, and I felt every bump, every bruise. It was horrible. But
Any long ride on a Sportster is horrible.
yes, and I rode with a bunch of guys on Road Kings and really nice bikes. And they're like, after 500 miles, they were ready to go some more. And I was like, no. You don't understand. I'm on a Sportster. So years later, I got on an Indian and it changed everything. It's got ABS. The center of gravity is different. I can move it around. I can park it. So
And cute little tassels on the end of the handlebars. And
it does have the cute little tassels.
Yep,
There's nothing
so I'm
wrong
going to live that one down.
So tell us what to do about O'Connell Law.
All right, give me back. All right, Trin. So Doug has really amped up your story. So tell us your military story, or tell us your story in general.
Well, so basically, I'm a Vietnamese refugee. I came over during the fall of Saigon, so the whole helicopter scene on top of the embassy. That's how I got out of the embassy. And then I went to the Philippines first. I went to the refugee camp in Guam. But the funny thing about that whole experience was when I left Vietnam, I left on a C-130, and there was a loadmaster on there who was just super nice to me. I was 8, so I was sick and I'd never flown before. And, we were in like austere conditions, and he was just nice to me. And I looked over at his uniform and I said, I want to do that. So that's what I did. I joined the Air Force. I was an aeromedical technician, and then got out, went to college and law school all in one shot, 7 years. And then got out again and was a public defender for about 5 years before 9/11. And when 9/11 happened, I went back in as a JAG. So that's my.
One Shot is also a refugee, but he's a refugee from Nebraska.
That counts.
Megan.
Good one. I agree.
So tell us about being JAG in the Air Force.
Well, it was an experience, I guess. You know, I saw things I'll never see again, and never want to see again, and I can't, erase it from my mind sometimes. But you know, I think it was a good experience. I got to go to OIF and worked for General Dempsey, who's with the Army. I know, but I was an Air Force person working for the Army at the time. So
Don't all the military work for the Army?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Just had to make sure.
We're the only branch, really. The rest of them are just kind of offshoots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time the Air Force is just United Airlines.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every time I jumped out of a plane, I really liked you guys in the Air Force. So thank you for the ride.
Yeah.
yeah, right.
I want to know your craziest story that you had to. You're a prosecutor, right?
I've prosecuted cases. Yes.
Okay, so what is like the craziest one that you're like, yeah, I got to take this one to court?
There's so many.
I
I do. I
so
mean,
the Air Force kids are bad. All right.
I have the crazy ones where, there's clearly a victim, there's clearly a perpetrator, and the weird thing is the victim over years wouldn't help us prosecute because it would mean that she would lose her benefits as a military dependent, and it's the craziest thing. But in the end, you have to totally understand why she chose that path, So we didn't get that conviction. And I mean, we had broken bones, we had all kinds of clear indicators of violence against her, but it was more important to her to have the benefits. So
One shot is Dependa as well, so I totally get it.
yeah, I think that's the thing, is you try not to judge too much, because people just come from so many different places and they have their own reasons. But I know you were looking for some really crazy thing, like people saving child pornography on a government computer. That's pretty
that's run of the mill. I've heard millions of stories about that.
Yeah, these guys are both infantry. They've seen that before.
But you're just like, dude, it says you're being monitored.
Yes. So the craziest one I've heard is a guy got a couple years for sneaking sex toys into Saudi Arabia.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I
Yep.
believe that. Actually, I know the story about the two ladies who were offering services out of
You don't
Iraq.
Names, do you?
Who
They're
got
both
caught.
and they're both on bottom.
Well, no, because they got caught because they were trying to send thousands of dollars in the mail back home. And, I don't know if you remember going over there, but when you send mail or in a box or something, the box stays open until you get there and they look inside. And apparently these ladies just didn't hide it well enough. But the funny thing is when the whole thing broke open, we found that there were people who paid for the services with checks. True story.
Thanks for the bang. Would you take a check? That's awesome.
Yeah. But
we've all been there.
Yeah.
it happens.
All right.
So,
All right.
What-
So
one of the
you
things you're
wanna
going to
hear-
you're a part of the show, and you are. What do you call it? We're looking for, what do veterans and the military community need to be looking for right now as far as legal stuff goes? Like, what's obviously Doug's talked to us about red flag laws and things like that. What's going on in the military community that we need to be paying attention to?
Well, I tell you, there's a lot of divorces going on, and a lot of our veterans don't know that they should get help. They think that they can do the divorce themselves, and they don't realize that there's a lot that goes into it, especially if you're a retired veteran. How much of the shares can go to the other person, and it's a travesty when it's a short marriage. And if veterans don't know to call people like me and Doug, then they're not going to have all of their options laid on the table for them. And I think that a lot of us are victims. And I'll tell you, as a single woman, retired military, I get asked all the time, nobody's using your survivor benefits? And I have to say, well, no. And if you lead with that, I'm not going to want to date you. But they do. They ask that question, and I don't want to victimize all of us, but as single retired military folks, I think those are the folks most vulnerable to people wanting to take advantage of what you've earned your entire life.
I've been trying to get somebody to take advantage of me for years. So, yeah.
Well, then you're not doing it right.
I agree completely.
He doesn't do anything right. That is the weirdest dating question I've ever heard. No one's using your survivor benefits? Oh, so they're free? I've never heard that line.
Well, yeah.
I'm putting that on my Tinder profile.
Yeah, exactly. Dude,
survivor benefits open.
Yeah.
Well, yes, and I tell you, I've had clients who are, retired folks that meet and fall in love with someone in a bar, and that's never a good start. But after just a couple of years, if they don't have the right lawyer, I mean, some folks say that 50% of their retired income went to somebody else for a very short marriage. And so it happens. And what I'm hoping is to get veterans more knowledgeable and educated about what the risks are. And, you don't have to get married, but if you do get married, get a prenup. And so anyway, that's my lesson for today.
You don't have to get married for years. As a matter of fact, I just said it a week ago to one of my best friends.
Junior over here.
Because she can't take him for shit. He hasn't. He's got an 83 Lexus or something. What do you got?
2001. No, I got 50 grand worth of tools.
Well, yeah. She's not going to marry you for your tools, guy. I'm just telling you.
Those cost money if I have to sell those off.
All right. Well, Trin, we are about to go to Never Forgotten. Thank you very much for taking time out of your Monday night. I'm sure Rich really appreciated the night off. Thank you for being a part of From the Ashes Radio.
You bet. Thanks so much for having me. Take care.
You too. Looking forward to having you again. Sorry, guys. You relax. I'll hit the button. No.
Yeah. Aren't you producing this?
Yeah. Don't get up, guys. I'll get that.
I didn't know there was a button to hit.
I didn't know what button you hit.
The one that says remove. It's giant.
I would have ended the show. That's
worst co-host right here.
No one trained me for this.
That's kind of a cool story.
That is.
A refugee from Saigon. That's pretty
Right?
badass.
Yeah, she
right
definitely
there.
has a cool story.
Yeah, I agree. And now she's part of our show. What's up, gangsters?
I like it.
How many other radio shows have that? Not one.
You never know.
What do you call it? Hey, folks. So go to Zero Foxtrot. I do have stickers, but I didn't bring my bag with me, so I'm sure that I have more stickers I could give away. But go to Zero Foxtrot. Check out their what do they call this section? They call it the Hero section. And because of the Marine Corps birthday on Thursday of last week, we missed. Let's talk about Never Forgotten. So on October 24th, 1942, during the Battle of Henderson Field, John Basilone and his Marines went up against an overwhelming force of over 3,000 Japanese soldiers. That's a lot of motherfuckers in one spot, man. Can you imagine if we had a Marine that what we fight like 1,000? Yeah, we fought like 300 at a time. I mean, was there ever more than a greater group than like 30?
Yeah.
They were, I can't imagine fighting 3,000. Our grandparents were badasses.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Much more badass than us.
Yes, I agree completely. For multiple days, Japanese forces charged Barcelona's position only multiple days. Damn. Only to get absolutely annihilated, and that's in highlights, by Barcelona's machine gun fire. That's awesome. This dude was mowing down the bad guys.
It's like every machine gunner's
for
word dream.
days.
Yeah.
And it says for days. He didn't eat or rest, just kept firing and feeding lead to the enemy. I hope this is my write-up when I'm gone.
You didn't do anything.
I didn't do shit. Flew in helicopters, sat there confused.
And fed his face for days.
If the name Cookie Monster wasn't already taken, he would have earned it. Held off enemy forces for 3 days, didn't eat or rest. Once the ammo ran dry, John continued to hold a Marine position with his sidearm and a machete. This dude is a gangster.
Machete.
This dude was hacking motherfuckers to pieces. That's
With the
awesome.
9mm in the.
Yeah.
Alright.
The Japanese, however, were virtually wiped out. Private First Class Nash Phillips had this to say about John Barcelona. Barcelona had a machine gun on the go for 3 days and nights without sleep, rest, or food. He was in a good emplacement and causing the Japanese lots of trouble. Yeah, I bet he was. Not only firing his machine gun, but also using his pistol. For his actions during the battle, John Barcelona was awarded the Medal of Honor. Yeah, I would hope so. Brought home to our country, raising funds for the war multiple times, asked to be sent back to the campaign, and multiple times he was told he was more valuable to the Marine Corps at home. I think
I don't know
3,000
about that.
Japanese guys would disagree with that. Eventually, they gave in, and he was sent back into the fight. Dude earned himself an MOH. Wanted to go back. They wouldn't send him. He finally nagged them into submission.
Because you want to kill 3,000 more Japanese, apparently.
I mean, what do you go into? Like, what do you do for work after you come home from World War II? You slaughtered 3,000 of the bad guys.
Chicken farmer.
Yeah, well, it's like the only. What can you do for a living? Yeah, what do you do? I work for Dodge. I sell cars. I mean,
No,
what,
you have to be chicken farmers. You can slaughter 3,000 chickens a day, apparently.
yeah, I mean,
Oh.
yeah. You know, we talk about assimilating, going back into civilian life. What did this dude do? That's just
You're supposed to put your phone on
Totally
silent during the
gangster.
show.
worst co-host ever.
That's a badass Marine right there.
I agree completely.
All right.
All right, we only got about 2 or 3 minutes left. All right, Junior, what'd you learn tonight?
Apparently, there is a way to run a machine gun for 3 days straight with no food, sleep.
Yeah, you keep pouring water down the barrel so it doesn't melt.
Yeah, I would assume so. I wouldn't want that job. But
Well, and that was the Modus, wasn't it? I mean,
No, that was
I have one question keeps popping in my mind.
hit me.
At the end, when they said he was out of machine gun ammo,
Mhm.
that is his 9mm
Mhm.
and his machete.
He's standing on a
What-
pile of brass.
Which hand was was it your dominant hand, the machete, or was it the non-dominant hand?
Yeah,
Only you
I'm
can
just
ask that
thinking
question.
about. I'm just thinking about like if I was. Those were my last two
Yeah,
tools. Like, how are we?
which hand am I putting the machete in and which hand am I putting the gun in?
Yeah.
While you're standing on a pile of
See, now
3-day
you're thinking
brass.
about it.
Yeah. Have you ever shot a Tommy gun?
No.
So they have one at DCF in Castle Rock, and I've shot it. That thing is super fucking heavy. That thing
Oh,
is
yeah.
a log.
I have picked one up. I
And-
just never
and
shot one.
The thought that our grandfathers lugged them things around Europe and Italy and Africa and whatnot, I'm like, our grandparents
They're
were
studs.
badasses.
You know they bitch just as much as we do, though.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. But I'm cool with that.
Me too. Oh yeah.
I still
What'd
wouldn't
you
do
learn
it.
tonight?
Eric's a better host than you.
It's like being the prettiest ballerina in Texas. It ain't hard to do.
There's some pretty ballerinas.
I was gonna say Kansas.
Right.
Can I take your word? All right, Magic Man, what'd you learn tonight?
This is the super secret location. I'll never find my way back. I'm coming in the summertime where it's still gonna be light out when I get here.
Yeah,
Driving tank trails at night ain't fun.
it is pretty far out. Yeah. There's a reason we're under, brick and mortar and in this
Right.
super secret location. Yeah.
I was driving 75 and then the road ended. And it's just dirt. I was like, I don't know what the fuck just happened.
That's awesome. All right. Well,
What'd you learn tonight, Rob?
You guys are mean. God, we gotta have less people in the studio, not more. Good Lord. Yeah. Well, you can be with Warriors and Whiskey and not be a drinker because I don't drink alcohol, so that's kind of perfect. So
That's good.
Yeah. So yeah, we can make that.
Oh, did you know
GPS
that there
lies to you.
really aren't black Mormons? Just saying.
Aren't there?
No.
not.
That makes the joke funnier then.
Yeah.
That
Like Mormons don't get along with black people from what I'm told. I don't know. I'm not in the Mormon church. If you are Mormon, let me know. But yeah.
I mean, hey, you know,
I
bring some home
I've
for
never
wives.
met a black Mormon, I guess.
me neither.
Now that I'm thinking through, I would have never.
Yeah.
And I've never dated a Mormon chick. I wonder why.
I think I have an idea.
Me too.
Let's just say that they find you intimidating. What is it the nice lady said in the movie? Too much buku?
Too buku. Black man too buku.
All right, folks. Well, that's the show. We will see you next Monday night. We will have Badass Beauties on the show, and we will have 2 guest hosts. So, yeah, tune in next week. Thanks a lot for being a part of From the Ashes Radio, and we'll see you next week there, folks.